We are 6 days away from the Walk for Autism, the Stadium Tour for AnnaKennedyOnline, and we still need your help. We want you to help make this as big as we can. We've bought more stuff for you today just to show you even more footage of us before we start our amazing adventure. So, let's get ready to go. That's right, we are back with the last Sunday episode before the walk. We begin this at 6 a.m. on the 24th, next Saturday. We are ready, we are pumped, we are ready to go. We have still got some more content that we're going to be bringing you this week, but this will be the last Sunday episode as we get ready to go on the Walk for Autism, the Stadium Tour for AnnaKennedyOnline. As ever, guys, if you have missed anything so far on the Walk for Autism series, you can go back and check out the Walk for Autism playlist that brings you every episode, such as Fulham's from Friday, where we were around Craven Cottage, or anything else you may have missed, some of our good luck messages. Why don't you go back and have a look at the Walk for Autism playlist available on YouTube? And we still need your help. So if you can, we'd love a subscribe to the podcast. That way it goes out to more people and you'll never miss an episode. Don't forget as well, you can like, comment or share, which will also support this to go to just one more person. So please, if you can support that, it'd be absolutely amazing. Most importantly though, we do have a GoFundMe page, which we'd love your support on. That's going to be coming up now, as well as other ways you can get in touch with the podcast, but you can get in touch. You can support via the GoFundMe. So why not, if you can, give us a little donation. If not, share it to someone who maybe can, or just share it to someone you think may be interested. That is what we need you to do. Those links and everything else you need coming up right now. You can subscribe and like our YouTube channel and videos. That is the way that we can get seen by more and more people, and we rely on this to spread our message as far and wide. You can also follow us on Instagram. We are Inside the Orange. On X, we are at Orange Watts, and we have the Inside the Orange podcast Facebook page. You can also visit us at insidetheorange.co.uk. All links will be in the show notes and description. So on this page, we have got the GoFundMe link. So if you do hold your phone over the QR screen, you will be able to get that code and it will take you to our GoFundMe page. As you can see the GoFundMe link there. and the GoFundMe is on both mine and Team Goddo's links in our bios on social media around our platform, so you are able to get to the GoFundMe page to be able to donate and share as much as you can. If you are struggling to donate, I appreciate it. Obviously, we are in a world where cost of living, we are trying to make money go as far as it can, even if it can be shared to other people so we can get as much awareness of this as we can and to try and raise as much as we can to do it. We need you guys. We are involving your clubs. We're involving you. Let's make this as big as we can make it. So we're bringing you a lot in today's episode, and we are going to be bringing you interviews from me and Godwin as we talk about the experience this year has been promoting the Walk for Autism. We're also going to be bringing you day 2 as a kind of breakdown of approximate times for when we will be at the stadiums, and we are going to be bringing you the day 2's list of route where we will be. Now, Goddo is going to be sharing that on his social media very, very soon if he hasn't already started that with day 1. So you should be able to see it. But here will also be just a reminder of what we're doing. So as we get into today's episode, let's start with the list of approximate times that we should be getting to places on day 2. So we begin day 2, and I will be waking from my sleep at a well-known brand of hotels in the UK, and we will be meeting Godwin at Shoreditch High Street Station for the start. We will be beginning at 7 a.m. from High Street Station in Shoreditch, and we will be heading towards Chelsea Football Club. We aim to get to Chelsea Football Club by 9:20 when we'll get to Stamford Bridge, and we will be there for a few minutes to do our live and to carry on with that. We will then take the short walk up to Fulham, up to Craven Cottage, where we should arrive there around 10:15 a.m. again. We will be there for a short while as we do our next live, which is very close to that. I think it might be one of the closest 2 stadiums that we're going to be visiting during the Walk for Autism. After a short break, we then head up towards Queen's Park Rangers' Loftus Road, and we aim to get there for around 12:15. And again, we will be at that site for a few minutes just to make sure we get our pictures done and our lives sent. We will be then making the walk, again, short walk up to Brentford, so the Brentford Community Stadium, and we aim to get there around 1:15 p.m. Once again, we are going to be having a short break en route to our next stadium, which is, yes, the final boss, the biggest one of them all, Wembley Stadium, and we hope to get there around 4:05 in the afternoon. Wembley, we might be out for a little bit longer, and as our legs begin to slow us down, we then begin the final journey home, and we then get to Barnet Football Club at 5:35 p.m. After another little short break after we've been at Barnet, we will be then heading on again, and we aim to hit Watford at the approximate time of 8:35 p.m. Now, I have given a few extra minutes on this because our legs will be tired. That will be the end of the 65-mile walk, so we will keep you posted. So remember, guys, all of these timings are all approximate at the moment, based on a 3-mile-an-hour walk average over the 2 days that we'll be doing it. So we may be subject to time differences, but stick to that as much as you want. Follow our social media for more accurate, up-to-date times of where we will be and what we're doing. But that will complete the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for AnnaKennedyOnline. And here's the start of the interviews that me and Godwin did as we talked about this year's Walk for Autism and the work that gets put in behind the scenes and just what we've enjoyed about the promotion part of getting ready to do this epic adventure. So, as explained, we are doing a special interview. We're going to be talking about our experiences. So I'm going to start with Godwin and I'm going to ask you today, what has been the highlight for you in the promotion and preparation that we've had for the Walk for Autism Stadium Tour?
Well, the highlight has been the overwhelming response from everybody who we got in touch with earlier. Started in about March really for this, and the response was so positive, whether it was VIP friends, football clubs, stadiums, sponsors. It's just been an overwhelming experience and something that is so positive for us, and it will take us and fuel us on this epic journey we're just about to embark on, really.
Also, guys, you might have noticed this year that we are doing it as Inside the Yellow/Orange podcast and Team Goddo. That's because he normally does UK events, and he did say this year that if we were going to do it, it was going to be as part of both of us bringing this together. So it's not just about Inside the Orange this year. It's a kind of joint effort this year. So I thought I'd ask Godwin a little bit about his experiences of what he's done from this walk and how he's kind of related that to what his story is as Team Goddo. So people probably know that we do a lot of work behind the scenes, but Godwin does a lot. So I'm more logistics about walk and about things coming out and doing things at right times. Godwin has such an ability with getting in touch, and that's why we've had so much support this year. But Godwin, talk to me, because you've done that since the Team Goddo days for your walks as well. What drives you with that?
Yeah, the thing is, Rich, when I set up Team Goddo, the way I said it's a team, not just me, it's because people have been supportive from day one. You know, celebrities have been supportive, events, locations, they've all been supportive towards what we do. And that drives me forward, because these people are all very busy people, right? So for them to find that bit of time to record video clips and send a message out of encouragement, it means a lot, because they're very busy. And I've seen that happening throughout the years. I mean, we started as Team Goddo in 2020, and this year, amazingly, it's been the strongest year for getting support from the contacts. So that is an amazing thing. To get all the support, you know, it makes me feel very, very, very proud of what we're doing with this walk, and that we're spreading the word out of what the cause is ultimately, isn't it? You know, so that is something that drives me forward.
So Godwin, I know that when we talked about the football part of it, that was something you felt had a lot of drive to it. So why does that kind of animate you so much, and why do you think that's helped with the responses that you've received?
Yes, of course, because we've always said during this campaign that football is more than just a game. It brings people together, communities, it makes it inclusive for everyone, be it gender, faith. It just brings communities together. And we saw a little bit of that when we had visited Arsenal, because we were standing outside, and the different nationalities, different people that were going inside the club was amazing. So yeah, that kind of drives me forward, because football is such a global phenomenon. And you know, a lot of people say, oh, football is a business now. It's not a business. You know, it might be a business, but it is more than that. You know, it brings a lot of positivity to people's lives. That's what I feel. As we take a little break from the interviews, now it's a time to show you the first part of the final day's mileage. So yes, here it comes. It's every day's kind of route. It's the second day's routes and where we're going to be going and the roads we're going to be taking. If you do recognize anyone and they are local to yourself, then why not pop down, say hello, make our morning or afternoon however you can, just by being there and cheering us on, or walk with us for a few miles. Whatever you can do would be really gratefully appreciated. And so we start day 2 of the walk, starting once again at Bethnal Green Road, Shoreditch High Street train station, which is where we are going to be meeting back up with Godwin to start day 2 of the adventure. So yeah, at Shoreditch High Street station, we move down Bethnal Green Road towards Holywell Lane in Shoreditch, before getting to Great Eastern Street and Leonard Street. We continue up City Road in Shoreditch as we move towards Old Street in Finsbury. We follow Clerkenwell Road through Farringdon, Clerkenwell and Hatton Garden before getting to Theobald's Road, Gray's Inn. We walk down Bloomsbury Way and New Oxford Street in St Giles before crossing over Shaftesbury Avenue up Seven Dials and Soho. We will then be going through Piccadilly, St James, through Knightsbridge and Belgravia, Brompton Road in Knightsbridge, and then up Fulham Road through Brompton before we get to Stamford Bridge Stadium, which is still on the Fulham Road.
We continue that onto our 40th mile as we cross Fulham Road through Walham Green, which includes us going down North End Road and Dawes Road in Walham Green. Sherbrook Road and Monster Road, followed by Kingwood Road, lead us to Fulham Palace Road, all in Fulham, which is where we get to Finley Street and where we'll see Fulham's Cravid Cottage, home of Fulham Football Club. We then continue down Finley Street in Fulham, back up Fulham Palace Road in Fulham as we go towards Fulham Palace Road in Hammersmith, before going down Queen Caroline Street, Beedham Road and Hammersmith Grove. We then continue up Lime Grove in Shepherd's Bush, through Uxbridge Road, Bloemfontein Road, and there we will get to South Africa Road, which in Shepherd's Bush is home of Loftus Road Stadium, home of Queen's Park Rangers. We then continue back down South Africa Road, back down Bloemfontein Road, and back down Uxbridge Road as we get to mile 45 of the Walk for Autism for Anna Kennedy Online. So we'll be bringing you more of the route mileage as we come on further with the episode, but back to the interviews now. And I decided to ask Godwin what has been the biggest surprise this year so far as we've been promoting the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for Anna Kennedy Online. So, Goddo, I know we're still on the route, so as I say, we're actually filming this as we're going between stadiums for visits. But if you could pick out so far, what's been the biggest surprise? What would you say it's been?
It's got to be none other than Bournemouth Football Club. Now, this is a football club with such a big heart. And it was one of the clubs that was challenging to get in touch with the right person. And then when we actually managed to make contact and this beautiful, lovely lady, Mandy Morris, came on the scene, and then the organising of our visit, the reception we got, the flags and the squad, the manager, everything, the tops. I can't even remember everything that happened on that day, but that was an overwhelming experience and I still can't get it out of my head. I go to work every day thinking about that welcome we had at Bournemouth Football Club. Yeah.
Incredible. Now it was time for me to hand the mic over to Godwin, and he had some questions about autism, something that he hasn't really got a lot of awareness of, but since he's been working with me, he has had more kind of exposure to it. So he thought it was a good time to ask me some questions about that, to kind of share my understanding of autism. As ever, guys, this is only based on my experiences, of course, and I am just trying to talk about it to kind of educate and support more people understanding about autism.
So, Rich, a question for you, mate.
Go on.
Do you think that autism can sometimes be misinterpreted by people or misread?
I think it's a great question, and I think that's the issue that I believe we have with stereotyping, and I think we do that with anything that's probably different to what we kind of get an opinion of how something is, and we kind of think that's how everything is, and we hear things on the news that may not be strictly true, but we just kind of pinpoint to the same people from the same community. But I think the most important thing is, and what we've got, why we like to attach it to the football field, is that autism is a spectrum, so it obviously can come from any kind of part and be shown in any single way. The same way that every single person at a football club goes to that football club on a Saturday, but having a different life for that Monday to Friday. And it's very easy to forget that sometimes, that it can be misread, but you can't just stereotype something. Like, you just can't stereotype football fans. You can't just stereotype people from any differences or any different backgrounds. So I think it can be, and I think that's why it's been really refreshing that these clubs are helping support things like hidden disabilities, like inclusion, to help drive that. Now it's time to go through the next phase of day 2, the 45 to 55 mile mark, and where we're going to be going down on these roads as we continue for the Walk for Autism on the 25th of August. So here's the next 10 miles. As we find ourselves on mile 45 of the walk with just 20 miles left to go for the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for Anna Kennedy Online, we begin back at Uxbridge Road in Shepherd's Bush, and we continue through Shepherd's Bush through Boscombe Road, Goodwin Road, Greenside Road and Goldhawk Road, before moving on to Chiswick, where we go through Bath Road, Turnham Green Terrace, Chiswick High Road, Heathfield Terrace, Wellesley Road, and Kew Bridge Road. This is where we find Lionel Road South, which is home of the Brentford Community Stadium, home of Brentford Football Club. We go back along Lionel Road South and Kew Bridge Road and Chiswick High Road before getting to Gunnersbury Avenue, which leads us from Chiswick into Ealing. And from Gunnersbury Avenue, we go down Hanger Lane in Ealing. Ealing marks the 50-mile mark, so we continue down Hanger Lane as we move into Alberton, where we'll be going through Prior Gardens, Hanger Lane, Ealing Road, before getting to Ealing Road in Wembley. We continue down High Road in Wembley, up Wembley Hill Road, and down the Royal Route, where we find Pacific Crescent and where we will be at the home of English football, Wembley Stadium. From that, we move down Olympic Way and go to Fulton Road, still all going through Wembley as we head towards Wembley Park Drive, Brook Avenue, 40 Avenue, and finishing on Elmstead Avenue, where we would have completed 55 miles. And we are now approaching the home leg of the Walk for Autism, the Stadium Tour for Anna Kennedy Online. Now it's time to have a little bit of a chat about the charity that we are doing this for, Anna Kennedy Online, a charity that I've been a charity champion of since February last year, and I will continue to keep supporting through these events. And that's why also I'm really grateful that Goddo comes along, who is also a supporter of the charity, to support us on this amazing adventure.
So Rich, with this experience so far, the build up to our epic walk in the bank holiday, I got to learn a lot more about autism, and I also grew a love once again for Anna Kennedy Online charity. I know you're a charity champion and you do so much for the charity. Can you give us a bit more information about the charity and what they do and everything that they stand for?
Yeah, I've been a charity champion now for I think just over a year. I think it's been about 18 months. That's how time flies. And obviously getting invited to be that back in 2023 based on the work we've done together as well, and kind of promote it as an autistic person. But the beauty of the charity is about promoting positivity of autism. So things like Autism's Got Talent, where showcasing people who are on the autism spectrum about what they can do, and celebrating the celebrating the Autism Hero Awards, autistic people or people who have supported autistic people to make a difference. That's what the charity is about. You know, they've got the things like the Century Room and fun days that they have at Watford that the charity's really kind of involved with. And it is just about expressing positivity in the community. You hear some negative stories about autism and connotations and connections of autistic people in negative lights and trolling and things like that. But actually, the beauty of this is it shines a light, and the charity shines a light on autism communities as being a positive thing.
Yeah, I know, and I think this deserves now a shout out to the team, Anna Kennedy.
Yes, absolutely.
So, take it away.
Wow, so obviously everyone at Anna Kennedy, but obviously starting with Anna at the top, we've had people like Lisa, who obviously works close to Anna as her PA, and we've got people such as Aston Avery and the Averys who support Anna's charity with the things like the skydive they've just done, Stephen Smith, Stacey Moore. We've got Joe Wiggins, who's another charity champion you know as well, from the days we've spent at Watford. Tally Nothy. There's not many of us, but there's people like Kelly from Born Anxious, who her kind of kits are supportive of Anna Kennedy Online. There is such a small charity, but it's built from people who want to help, and that's exactly what you're doing. So you're part of this team as well at the moment.
Yeah, and we love you, Anna Kennedy, and all the team.
So we are delighted to announce we had a brand new member of the team. Now, it is a bit of a bittersweet day as we're bringing you this next piece, as the thing that is being introduced right now replaces something that's done over 1,000 miles, and we want to pay tribute to the outgoing thing that we're talking about, but welcome in the brand new member of the team.
So guys, I bet you can't believe this, but we're only 2 weeks away when we're filming this, and we've got a new member of the team, haven't we, Godwin?
We do have a new member of the team all the way from Bedford.
It is.
We got the new member, and his name is called Merrill. Meet Merrill.
Merrill, here we go. There is Merrill.
New member of the team.
There
Let's
we go.
walk.
Absolutely. So why is that a new member of the team? Well, people that do know Goddo knows that he's done probably 1,000 miles in his old pair of shoes. So sadly, they've had to be retired, haven't they, Goddo?
They've been put on the shelf now as a memory jogger
Absolutely.
of the past.
Absolutely. So he is using this next few weeks just to break in, just to get those blisters, just to warm him up, ready for our Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for Anna Kennedy Online.
Indeed.
So for the final time, here is the last 10 miles that we'll be covering on the route as we are doing the Walk for Autism this year. So this will be the final 10 miles, which brings us back to Watford's Vicarage Road Stadium and will be the end of the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for Anna Kennedy Online. So here we are at the last 10 miles of the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for Anna Kennedy Online. And it takes us down from Wembley and will see us back to Vicarage Road Stadium, where this all started, the 65 miles before the end. We go around in a loop. So we start where we finish off at the 55-mile mark, which is at Elmstead Avenue in Wembley. We go down Preston Road and Shaftesbury Avenue in Preston, before going through Charlton Road in Kingsbury, Taunton Way, and Comrose Avenue in Edgware, which is where we find our next stadium, the Hive, home of Barnet Football Club. We then move down Whitchurch Lane in Stanmore, before going through Marsh Lane and the Broadway, before getting to Stanmore Hill at our 60th mile. So from the 60th mile at Stanmore Hill, we continue through Stanmore to the Common. We then go through the High Road in Bushy Heath, before going through Sparrows Herne and High Street in Bushy. We hit Watford and Watford Heath with London Road, and we worked our way down Chalk Hill, where we go through the park area of the Colne Valley cycle route in Watford. We continue through Thomas Sawyer Way, through Willow Lane, which will take us on to Vicarage Road. We will walk past the Graham Taylor mural as we approach the statue at the Vicarage Road Stadium, home of Watford Football Club. That will be our last part of the adventure, and where we complete the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for Anna Kennedy Online. There's just one piece of interview footage left today to go through, and I'm always asked what's next once one of these challenges is up, as probably Goddo is as well. And I thought I would leave it to this interview style question to explain what's going to happen next.
So guys, I always get asked at the end of these, what is the plan next? And it is going to be a break from myself. So I am going to take some time away, going to spend some time with the family, do some bits and pieces, and that's what's going to happen. And me and Godwin were talking today, you're in a bit of a similar boat. Not immediately, but you are in a bit of a similar boat, aren't you?
Yes, after this walk in the UK, I do have something planned for Malta, something big for October, which will be revealed later on this in the summer. And yeah, I think myself, obviously, I will be having a break from fundraising for a while. I've been doing this since 2020 when COVID struck, and it's a brilliant experience, a lot of support that I received from a lot of people. I've been overwhelmed, blessed, you know, all in my heart over the years. But I think this one will be the last UK for a while. We'll have a little break, you know, and then we'll see what the future holds and spend some time with my grandchildren and family, you know. And in the meantime, we'll make this UK walk a really big event to bow out with and say thank you so much to everyone for always being there with Team Goddo. Thank you so much.
Great stuff.
So yeah, we will both be taking a break. So there is a bit of a way to finish that we will be taking some time just to spend with our families as well. And obviously Godwin talked about something he'll be bringing to you very soon for himself for what he's doing in Malta. So that will be brilliant. We look forward to seeing what he's going to be doing. As ever, we close these episodes the same way, and we haven't got many of these left to go, but I'm always conscious of doing it because I think it's important to say thank you to not only you guys for listening, but for the people we've had supporting this, that we don't just assume is going to happen. As ever, we will start with the fact that Team Goddo and Inside the Yellow podcast / Orange podcast, depending who you're talking to, if it's Lou for Bliss, it's definitely yellow. We are going to be bringing you the Walk for Autism, the stadium tour for AnnaKennedyOnline. That is 65 miles, 12 stadiums, and that is going to take us 2 days. We're going to do that over the 24th and the 25th of August. You might notice that's very, very soon if you're watching this. And we are going to be completing that challenge. So we have been supported by the fantastic Luther Blissett. He has signed up. We do have an event that's going to be happening on Friday the 23rd. It's going to be happening around Watford. He will be seeing us over or off at the beginning of the journey at Vicarage Road on the first day, and he will be popping up around the walk as well. So we're really, really grateful for Lou for supporting that. We're going to be wearing these amazing kits, the 2024 Walk for Autism, the Stadium Tour kits, brought to you by the fantastic brand Born Anxious, which is relaunching in September. So have a look at them, guys. They have got some absolutely fantastic messages and positive clothing, sensory clothing brand that it is. So go and check them out. We have been supported, of course, by some fantastic people. The last few episodes, guys, you've seen me doing this, I have had to write it down. We want to say a massive thank you to Harry Redknapp, Frank Lampard, Leon Barnett, Jessica Jane Applegate, Karen Carney, Gabby Logan, Kelly Cates, Dion Dublin, Alan Titchmarsh, the Bournemouth football squad, and Katie Piper for their fantastic good luck messages that have been coming through. We may even have some more for you this week. We don't know. We won't give too much away, but there might be some more just popping up across social media channels, but we'll leave it there for now. We have also had the support from the fantastic Barnet Football Club, Watford, Leyton Orient, QPR, Brentford, Chelsea, Boreham Wood, Arsenal, Tottenham and Fulham, which was Friday's episode. We have had the support of nearly every single club so far. We might just be bringing you some more. You'll have to wait and see. We haven't said this is over yet. We've just done a little special today to just keep everything moving as we get into the last week. So if you've noticed any stadiums missing, maybe we might be coming from there in the near future. But there you go. We need your help ultimately. So as ever, we've got the GoFundMe. It's available on the show notes and description. There's been a QR code during the episode today that you could scan and you can go to the GoFundMe. We have raised an incredible, thanks to you, £2,246 at time of recording. We are so grateful. That's a huge, huge figure before we've even stepped foot. So thank you so much. If you can go and have a look at the GoFundMe and donate, that is absolutely brilliant. If you can't, please, just a share will make it just as impactful and may just push it under the nose of someone who can support and donate. So again, please don't feel that a share is not enough. Of course it is. If you're sharing our message, you are doing us a massive favour. Raising awareness, raising acceptance and promoting inclusion is also part of the backbone of the Walk for Autism, the Stadium Tour for AnnaKennedyOnline this year. You can also support the podcast by subscribing to the podcast so you don't miss an episode, by liking and sharing. So again, our message goes further and further and people go and support. You can follow our social media channels, both for myself, Inside the Orange, and for Goddo, which is Team Goddo. Go and have a look. As I say, the links for the GoFundMe, everything you need, and everything about the walk is on our social media pages. So, guys, I want to say a massive thank you today for listening to our special where we were just talking about some of the great stuff, giving you the information, the routes, the approximate times for day 2, and again, just giving thanks to every single person who is supporting this year's Walk for Autism, the Stadium Tour for AnnaKennedyOnline. Thank you so much for listening, guys. And as ever, goodbye and take care.